Yo, what it do, everybody, man? What's going on with everybody out there? Appreciate everyone tuning in to another episode, man. If I sound under the weather, I kind of am, man. Been a long day, but yo, we here. We gonna talk some wrestling, man. Here on this big wrestling review episode, you guys, man. Where a whole bunch of wrestling that's going down this coming weekend, you guys. Of course, AEW All in Texas, the All Women's Evolution pay-per-view, as well as Saturday night's main event, NXT Great American Bash, and so much more. Obviously, of course, Ring of Honor Supercard that is actually on tomorrow night as well. But you guys, man, once again, appreciate everyone definitely tuning in. We live here on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. If you're new to the show, and if you haven't done so already, definitely hit the like button down below, follow, share, hit the notification bell, and definitely make sure you subscribe to the 1130 podcast YouTube channel, man, for real. All right, now that's out the way, man, we gonna get into some wrestling, man, and go ahead and chop it up. Like I mentioned, of course, all the big events that's going down this coming weekend. Definitely leave a comment in the live chat. Of course, what event, what show, what match you're looking for the most, though. I'm definitely not gonna count the whole Goldberg. I'm definitely not gonna count the whole Goldberg match for a lot of people, because I know a lot of people is definitely not looking forward to Goldberg returning at Saturday night's main event, though. But okay, that's enough of that. Let's get into the show, man. And of course, we got AEW All in Texas that's going down Saturday night. We reviewing and breaking down and doing predictions for all big four shows, man. And then starting first, of course, we're gonna break down and review AEW All In. To be honest with you, AEW All In, man, is looking like for real, the show is looking great. The card is looking great. It's been a while since I was like really invested into an AEW pay-per-view, but this one, obviously, they dubbing it as the big event of the year or whatever like that. So it's some great matches on the card. And out of all of the four shows this coming weekend, AEW All In, I think I'm excited for the most, man. It's a couple of matches on Evolution that looks cool, and of course Saturday night's main event. I don't even think there's a match on that card I'm really looking forward to, though. But we're gonna dive into the All In predictions, man, and of course that is going down Saturday night. We're gonna start from the bottom of the card and work our way up. And of course, the AEW tag team titles are on the line. You got the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, taking on Jet Speed and the patriarchy of Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. And my predictions on this match right here, it seems as though Jet Speed has definitely been gaining some speed and momentum in the last couple of weeks, though, in the tag team division. What's my man name? Speedball Mike Bailey. I was definitely a big fan of him, especially the matchup he had a couple of years ago at TNA, Bound for Glory against Will Ospreay. So Mike Bailey is definitely a guy I got my eye on, man, and everything he doing in the ring. So he's in AEW right now. See what he does. He's in the tag team. So triple threat action for the AEW tag team titles. I think I'm going to go ahead and have the Hurt Business or the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby and Shelton Benjamin, go ahead and retain the tag team titles. I mean, the story that they have right now, or somewhat of a story that they got with the Hurt Syndicate, also adding in MJF to the group, have a whole cool dynamic. And I mentioned this at one point, man. I noticed, like, MJF, he's like one guy who been in AEW, has literally worked with just about a lot of WWE superstars, former WWE superstars, obviously, in AEW, man, which I think is phenomenal, from William Regal to Samoa Joe to Daniel Bryanson to CM Punk to you name it, Adam Cole. So and now you got MJF teaming up with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Will go down as Shelton Benjamin, at least want to go down as one of the most underrated superstars in wrestling, and definitely in WWE. But however, man, yes, the story that they got right now between the Hurt Syndicate and MJF, I think they're going to keep that momentum going on to where MJF is the one who calls Bobby and Shelton actually the tag team titles. So I'm gonna go with the Hurt Syndicate, definitely retaining the titles, man. Like I mentioned, but the Hurt Syndicate didn't really have the momentum on their side this past Wednesday night, getting attacked by Jet Speed and also having the patriarchy come out there. Like, I mean, Christian had some momentum too with him, a little while ago, but now he's just, with Nick Wayne, and he's just sort of getting by right now in AEW. So I don't really know too much of what they're doing with him. I think they may use them more so on Collision than AEW Dynamite. Collision to come on Saturday night, so the WWE on. Well, come on, actually, it come on tonight. Actually, yeah, they got a special episode. So I watch, but I don't watch. I just really catch the clips. If anything, I might watch on Thursday nights. Is TNA Impact, man. Definitely Impact has been killing it. But you guys, I'm gonna go with the Hurt Syndicate retaining the tag team titles at AEW All In, though. I mentioned Adam Cole a few moments ago. He's going to take on Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship. Now, Adam Cole, I don't think he's sort of bounced back ever since he had that story where he was the devil, the masked devil, with MJF, and he was injured at the time, and they sort of had to work through that story of having Adam Cole injured, and also trying to convince the fans that, it was, MJF or whoever it was, but when it all culminated, it was just like, yo, man, like, this doesn't make sense. Like, really, is MJF, and then, I mean, not MJF, but Adam Cole. But Adam Cole was injured. He couldn't wrestle. He couldn't really do much at anything besides just pull, promos or anything like that. So, I mean, I want the best, of course, for Adam Cole, baby. But I think for real, after Kyle Fletcher has been having those series of matches with Will Ospreay, man, and really been bringing out the personality and the character of who Kyle Fletcher really is, and how he's sort of, breaking out of Will Ospreay's shadow and becoming his own man. I really got Kyle Fletcher winning this, though. I thought he would have sort of won the TNT Championship by now, though. But I mean, it's a perfect spots of perfect timing at one of their big shows throughout the year, AEW All In. So for the TNT Championship between Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher, I'm gonna definitely have to go with Kyle Fletcher. It seemed like Don Callis, the Don Callis boys, or I don't even know whatever whatever you want to call them, if they have a name or whatever. But I know it's a bunch of them though. He got a bunch of people in this group though. Like, okay, yeah, but Kyle Fletcher, man, is definitely, I guess, the standout of the Don Callis Club, or like I said, whatever you want to call him though. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher, I got winning the TNT Championship. Okay, all right, we got tag team action, and we got Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay taking on the Young Bucks. Now, I believe in this matchup right here, the stipulation is that if Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay wins, they get to choose, I believe, who the new EVPs are of AEW, if I remember that correctly. And if the Young Bucks win, I totally forgot their stipulation. I don't know if they remain EVPs or... Oh, I know what the stipulation was. The stipulation was if the Young Bucks win, that Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland cannot challenge for the AEW Championship for a whole entire year. Now, I thought about that a little bit more, especially when it was announced. I was like, okay, I think Swerve Strickland and I think Will Ospreay is definitely going to win this. I think we all tired of the Young Bucks, we the EVPs and the executive vice presidents, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay definitely got this. And I thought about it for a minute, and I was like, Now, Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, not the best of friends. They sort of been beefing, trying to grab the number one spot, and also trying to be the new number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And what a great story it would be to culminate in a year story to have Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay lose the tag team match. And in my opinion, I think it would be due to some type of outside interference. I don't think the Young Bucks straight up defeat them. If so, hey, it happens though. But I think it would be all more so that these two guys are too big of a superstars. They have too big egos that they can't coexist as a tag team, which cost them the AEW World Tag Team title for a whole entire year. So they got this beef and they going at it, and yeah, like, but somehow, some way next year, one of them, somehow, some way, they get into a championship match and like a triple threat or something like that. I was thinking more so one-on-one, but if they can't challenge for a title, then I don't think the one-on-one thing sort of works, because I was thinking, okay, they lose Saturday, then they don't challenge for a whole year, and then next year, while it's a tag team, they could just be one-on-one competitors for the world title though. But hey, we're gonna see how that one goes though. But my prediction for that match, I'ma definitely go with the Young Bucks. Also, what happened on Wednesday Night Dynamite last night, that Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay, well, at least Swerve Strickland, had a lot of shenanigans, man, destroying the Young Bucks limo, and everything, man, that went down at the end of Dynamite. So I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks, man. I don't want to go with the Young Bucks, but I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks, man, for real. Definitely let me know who you guys got. I know a lot of you probably would choose Swerve Strickland, and Swerve Strickland, and of course Will Ospreay though. But the Young Bucks, not my favorite pick though, but I feel like they're gonna win, so I'm gonna go with that one though. You feel me? I don't want to be like 0-6 in my predictions for All In though. Okay, we got the Casino Gauntlet match, man. With the women's match, we got multiple women obviously that's in this match. I believe I can't even think of her name. What's my girl name? Chris Statlander. I believe she's going to come in number 1, and number 2 position was filled last night something Dane. I cannot think of the girl name though, but I was like, man, she's gonna win. She was in the match with Queen Abanada. Oh, I'm saying that right. Who else she was in the match with, man? It was a fatal 4-way, but I was like, yeah, Shawty gonna win. So we gonna see definitely who come out there. I don't really know who all of the women that's actually in the matchup, but whoever wins this Casino Garland matchup receive a AEW Women's World Championship match in the future. So we're gonna definitely see who plays out, because we know we got, of course, the Women's World Championship match that is filled up, and see what some other women, step up and do. Okay. Of course, the Casino Gauntlet match is going down, both men and women. And now the men is going down. We got, of course, Mr. Cole, Mark Briscoe, MJF. They was having a talk on Dynamite last night, which was pretty cool, man. Of course, I knew MJF was definitely once Mark Briscoe was like, yeah, man, like I was preparing all week for this, and I already know what you're gonna say next. You want to say something about my brother, or whatnot, and he sort of wind up did it. He sort of wind up saying something about his brother before he actually said something nice about his brother, though. But MJF, I don't think MJF is gonna get it done. I don't know about Mark Briscoe. Like I said, I don't know who's all the participants in both men and women's Casino Gauntlet matchup, though. But I'm gonna be definitely tuning in, man. I think my really predictions is gonna come down to I figure out like who's all the members in the matchup, and but obviously MJF is definitely up on the list, and obviously odds are the favorite to win the matchup. Obviously, all right, nose running. We got the Unified Championship, which I think is going to be one of the match of the night, man. This match may steal the whole entire show, man, for real. Kenny Omega is taking on Okada, man. Yes, Unified Championship is on the line. It's AEW Unified Championship match. Winner takes all. In my opinion, I'm gonna go with Kenny Omega. I know these guys had history, in New Japan, wrestle all over the place, but they're gonna do it down this coming Saturday. Kenny Omega obviously coming back from the career-ending injury, and ever since he came back, he's been trying to prove himself. He haven't been having that, a whole lot of momentum, in my opinion. Since I been watching him prior to he had the injury. Definitely Kenny Omega was on the road, though. I'm definitely glad he distanced himself from the Young Bucks and everything. So I'm gonna have to go with Kenny Omega, man. I think Okada, he's a great international champion. Hands down. Hands down, and no doubt. It's just about AEW, figuring out how to use some of these guys, man, like Okada, which I feel like could be great. And that's the thing to me with the Japanese superstars, like Okada. Yeah, you've been seeing his personality come up. Yeah, throw the middle finger up, and be like, I see you in the ring later on, bitch, or whatever like that, and the fans, crack up or whatever like that. And I feel like he got more personality, to be honest with you, than Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing with Japanese superstars in WWE, and they just doesn't take them serious or really utilize them well. But I feel like Okada, the Rainmaker, yeah, he would have really been phenomenal in WWE. But where he's at right now, I think it's a great journey and great learning path. That's if he ever, decides to come to WWE. But it seems as though not only, Sakata, but the guys, man, definitely get treated. It's like if you're not a woman, and you're not a Japanese woman wrestler in WWE, it's like you can forget about it, bro. I don't know what the hell they doing with Shinsuke Nakamura, though. But I'm going to go with Kenny Omega over Okada, man. And I mentioned one person who would do well in WWE. One guy who was in WWE, Ricochet, man. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Ricochet as well is going to be in that Casino Garland matchup, though. I think I'll be rooting for him, among others. But Ricochet, man, is definitely one guy who really has been impressive. Leaving WWE and seeing what he was doing and seeing what he was capable of, the dude couldn't cut a promo. The dude really couldn't talk. I mean, he had come out there and hit a 450 splash and hit high flying moves, and I guess that was just supposed to make you care about the guy. But excuse me, but we didn't really care about the guy though, and but I feel like in AEW now, the guy has a lot of more. The guy has way more momentum, and he's able to, I don't know. It seemed like he's working freely, being able to express himself and work how you want to work. And I mean Ricochet when I say that. So I'm going with Kenny Omega, man, over Okada. I don't know, but I feel like that one is definitely going to be the match of the night, man. That's definitely going to be the show stealer. Of course, we have the AEW Women's World Championship on the line. Timeless Toni Storm defending her championship against Mercedes Moné. And man, this has been brewing ever since Mercedes Moné won the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Of course, the women's side, and she got her shot at the AEW Women's World Championship. I mean, these ladies been, back and forth. And it's like the writing is literally on the wall, though. Mercedes Moné got about, 25 belts? I mean, like, I mean, for real, only one of them that she really has really matters, though, in AEW. It's not like, all those other titles matter. I mean, yeah, that's cool that, she worked for AEW and, on the weekends or whatever, like, she go off to other promotions and win titles. And, like, I wasn't even expecting her to win that, what was it, like, AAA Women's Championship? When AEW had that Grand Slam Mexico show, I wasn't even expecting her to win. I was like, damn, she just beat the Japanese superstar in her hometown, though. Like, but I feel for some reason I don't want to go with Mercedes. I really want to go with Timeless Toni Storm, but I feel like this is the combination of the story that they've been telling, and I think Mercedes Moné is definitely going to win. Where it goes with this, I don't know. Hopefully, somehow, some way, like they do a matchup where like she got to put all those belts on the line. Do something. Like there's no need for her to come out with all those belts, though. For real. All right. But yeah, definitely, I got Mercedes Moné winning the AEW Women's Championship this Saturday. And of course, the big main event match, Hangman Adam Page taking on Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship. Of course, Hangman Adam Page, winning the men's side of the Owen Hart Tournament Foundation, and of course he was guaranteed a title shot at AEW All In, which he will take on Jon Moxley. And I've been waiting for someone to actually take down Jon Moxley and defeat Jon Moxley, because it's like the guy been holding on to the AEW Championship for too long, way too long, since I think it was like October of last year that he won it. And you haven't seen the championship at all. It's been in a briefcase. And I'm like, dog, like, can we please get the title off him? And, Hangman Adam Page, I feel like ever since the matchup or that story he had with Swerve Strickland, and he set Swerve Strickland's house on fire and all of that, I feel like he was just supposed to continue going up the ladder. For a minute, he had a couple of roadblocks, He beat Swerve, who was at the time, did he lose the title right after that? Yeah, I want to say, yeah, because last year at All In, you had Swerve versus Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson won the championship, and then that following week where they had AEW All Out, Swerve took on Hangman in a lights out, unsanctioned match where, Hangman Adam Page, he won. And from there, it wasn't a continuing on up though. It was like, okay, now we stagnant here. Like he just beat the former AEW World Champion in an unsanctioned match. Why is he not the champion and everything like that? So yeah, Hangman Adam Page, of course, coming out being vocal about the stuff he was going through. Maybe that took some time, or was the reason why he didn't, continuing getting that push up the ladder or whatnot. But he won the Own Heart tournament, and he got the shot. I got him winning and recapturing the AEW championship. And I think this will be the first time we've seen Hangman Adam Page with the AEW title since probably, what was it? Maybe 2021, 2022, something like that. I think it's been a while. It definitely been a while though. So I'm gonna go with Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page winning the AEW. What match is that? All right, there we go. Yeah, I got Hangman Adam Page winning the AEW championship from Jon Moxley this coming Saturday. Oh my goodness, it's so many wrestling on so many days. Okay, all right, man. That was all my predictions, of course, from AEW All In, man. So I definitely hope I get a good scorecard and my picks come out winning at AEW All In, which is actually the show I'm looking forward actually the most though. All right, to the next show, man, and some more reviews and predictions. We got WWE Evolution. Now, WWE decided to say, you know what? We're going to do an all-women's pay-per-view again. The last Evolution was, what was that, 2018? I'm not sure. I think it was 2018. Oh, man. Yeah, I think it was 2018. I'm not sure. But, however, Ronda Rousey main evented the show. And we're going to all be honest. That was only the reason, I believe, that was the only reason that the women had got the first all-women's pay-per-view in the first place, was because of Ronda Rousey. Now, you look at the card right now, is there any woman on the card that has that star power? Now, it's unfortunate what happened to Liv Morgan. She got injured. She's going to be out for the rest of the year. But what other woman, I feel like that has that big star power that's going to draw everybody in? And I'm sorry, big fan of Trish Stratus, love Trish Stratus, but I don't think it's Trish Stratus. Not one bit. Not one bit. And of course, this is supposed to be, going around that this is supposed to be the lowest attending WWE premium live event in several years or so. So look here, it's all cool to put on the all women's pay-per-view. That just lets you know, like, even the women saying, look here, like, no, like, we want to see Jey Uso yeet, like, we want to see something though. But hey, we got the all women's pay-per-view going down, and the matches on the card, you guys. This match I'm looking forward to, I'm pretty sure, the most. We got a triple threat action for the Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch defending her title against Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, man. This story goes back, man. This story really goes back for real. It goes back prior to WrestleMania, where Lyra Valkyria was in NXT and Becky went down there to give Lyra Valkyria the rub, give her the rub, work with her, and I believe she beat Becky for the NXT championship, when she was down there though. So, that story between Lyra and Becky go, a little bit back, obviously both of them from Dublin, Ireland and whatnot. But fast forward, we get to WrestleMania, going into WrestleMania, and Bayley and Lyra Valkyria are they had a one-on-one matchup for the Intercontinental Championship, and I guess Bayley was like, yo man, I can't beat her, so I guess I team with her. So but Bayley never made it to WrestleMania. She was attacked by someone, and that someone will wind up being Becky Lynch. Yes, Becky Lynch wound up attacking Bayley, taking Bayley out for a couple of months and teaming up with Lava Valkyria, winning the tag team titles at WrestleMania, and then the next night turning on her, costing them the tag team titles. And this whole story, which Lava Valkyria being the Intercontinental Champion, Becky want to take it from her. Two Irish women want to fight, but also the Lava Valkyria, we can all agree, didn't have any type of, character, any type of, like, who is she? Like, all she does come out with her little wings and do the whole little woo, and that's just it. Like, who are you? Like, what type of emotions do you bring? Like, and I feel like ever since she has been working with Becky Lynch has took Lava Valkyria to the next level, to where now Lava Valkyria don't even know who she really is now. I think some of the stuff that Lava was saying to Bailey, though, it was actually, about herself, now that she have changed. Or I think she was saying it to Becky. But yeah, Lava Valkyria really don't know who she is no more, and she let Becky get into her head, and and now Lava Valkyria is now, not only that she got Becky who took her title and made her raise her hand, but you got Bailey, who was like, yo man, like Bailey had a one-on-one Intercontinental Championship matchup with Becky until Lava came in the middle and just like, fuck that, like like if anybody getting their hands on her, it's gonna be Lava, and Bailey didn't like that. So now we got this triple threat matchup, which I feel like is definitely going to be the match of the night, though. It's definitely going to be a highlight. So I'm definitely looking forward to the triple threat matchup. Oh boy, oh man, got a cold. But yeah, definitely looking forward to the triple threat match. Also, the WWE Women's Championship on the line. Trish Stratus, yes man, Trish Stratus is back. Yeah, it's a little weird though, real weird though. But I feel like what is about to happen with it though. Yeah, Trish Stratus taking on Tiffany Stratton one-on-one for the WWE Women's Championship. It was announced a couple of weeks ago on Friday Night SmackDown. Actually, last Friday, you get Trish Stratus back, and Tiffany Stratton just say, you know what, at Evolution, I want you to be, my challenger. And I was just like, okay, well, they need some star power. But however, before I get to this, well, you know what, my prediction on this match, obviously, Tiffany Stratton gonna win. Yeah, it's gonna be a solid matchup. Tiffany and Trish teamed up at Elimination Chamber prior to WrestleMania, so never going one-on-one. This will be their first time. We'll definitely see how that goes, though. But I'm going to have Tiffany Stratton. Another matchup that's going to play into this Women's Championship matchup is a no-holds-barred match between the winner of the Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill, and Miss Money in the Bank, Naomi. Yes, now, we all know Naomi attacked Jade Cargill. Or did she? But Naomi attacked Jade Cargill, sent her through the roof of the car. Jade Cargill was out for some time, blah, 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 blah. We all know it. Jade came back and said she want that ass. Defeated Naomi at WrestleMania, but Naomi still got the whole thing like, hold up, wait a minute, like, especially when Bianca's around, though. It gives off like, hold up, wait a minute, Bianca, like, you ignoring me. I know I know that we both had something to do with attacking Jade, but Bianca's trying to shy away from it. Obviously, she got the hand injury. We ain't seen her in some while. I think it plays a lot into the story, but having Jade Cargill continue the momentum as she go into SummerSlam for her matchup against Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship, I would have Jade Cargill once again, go over on Naomi. I know she won at WrestleMania and then she'll win at Evolution. But however, Naomi has the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now that's going to play a factor into the matchup I said before with Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton, to where Naomi comes down and she cashes in the Money in the Bank contract, and Naomi leaves as the women's champion, which I think would be phenomenal. And then that sets up the third trilogy matchup between Jade Cargill and Naomi at SummerSlam, which in my eyes, I think it should be like a steel cage match. Like, these girls been going at it for some time. Naomi lost at WrestleMania, and my prediction, she'll lose and win in the same night. So that's kind of like how Seth did. He lost at WrestleMania against Randy Orton, but then later on that night he cashed in Money in the Bank. So hey, it was a lose-win situation then, So yeah, I got Naomi cashing in after she lose to Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton retaining. And of course, like I said, Naomi cashing in her Money in the Bank contract. Okay, we got a Battle Royal who will receive a World Championship match at Clash at Paris, though. I feel like Asuka's going to win this. I feel like Asuka is going to win this, and then she's going to go ahead and take on Io Sky. Yeah, Io Sky possibly at Clash in Paris, though, if they don't do it at SummerSlam, which I was, predicting, though. But I'm gonna go with Asuka on that one. Okay, we got the Judgment Day. Actually, we got Fatal 4-Way action for the women's tag team titles. We got Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. We also got Soruka and Zarya, the Kabuki Warriors, and actually Asuka's on actually she's on the card. She's in the Fatal 4-Way match with Kairi Sane and Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. So this is gonna be a cool, triple threat. Fatal 4-Way matchup. I'm gonna go with Roxanne and Raquel. I think this is just definitely going to further the story between the two. We seen on Monday Night Raw that they had a memorial service, kind of, for Liv Morgan, as if she was dead. Like, hold up, wait a minute. And I think that was Finn Balor's, decision. I don't know. Finn Balor, man, like, I don't know. Can't trust him lately, though. But I feel like this is most needed for him. He can come the real villain of the story, But I'm gonna go with Roxanne and Raquel Rodriguez, definitely retaining the tag team titles. And like I said, further on the story with Raquel not sort of liking Roxanne, but she was sort of forced to work with her so they wouldn't, relinquish the tag team titles. And she's going to wind up, bonding with Roxanne. And I feel like when Liv Morgan comes back, I don't think it's going to be no more Raquel and Liv Morgan. It may be Roxanne and Raquel, but I think Roxanne is just only going to be using the Judgment Day just so she can get what she wants, though, too. So, but however, I got the Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxanne retaining the tag team titles. Io defending her title for the first time since WrestleMania is literally crazy, bro. Like, so crazy, though. But Io Sky defending her title against Rhea Ripley. I don't even know how this match came about. Well, I do, but it's just crazy, though, because it made Io Sky look so weak. We haven't seen her defend the title since WrestleMania. So she come out there and cut off Rhea Ripley, which Rhea Ripley had a matchup that didn't make sense the 2 nights prior against Raquel, and she's a tag team champion. So it was just like they just needed Rhea on the show just so she can win, though. But yeah, you had Io come out there and challenge Rhea to be, was like, yeah, I want you to be my opponent. I'm better than you. Da 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 da. Well, you're the women's world champion, man. You should have been defending your title, and you wouldn't have nothing to prove. You beat Rhea on a random episode of Monday Night Raw. So what else? What more do you really have to prove? So yeah, we got that match, man, and we're gonna see how it goes. I'm more than likely I have Io Sky retaining the Women's World Championship. Another matchup, you guys. The NXT Women's Championship is on the line. JC Jane will be defending the title against Jordan Grace. Yes, so JC Jane will be defending the NXT Women's Championship against Jordan Grace, man. So that should be fun as well. I know all the titles going to be on the line. I was wondering if they were going to actually have the TNA Knockouts title on the line, which I think that would have been fun, having the Knockouts Championship on the line as well. All right, you guys. That is WWE Evolution, and that's pretty all the matches. Let me actually put in 2025. There we go. I just need to see the. I don't need for it to be the schedule. I just need it to be for 2025. All right. It's gonna work again. Oh no, I'm just gonna click on that one. All right. Okay, all right. Yeah, that was all the matches for WWE Evolution. So the matchup I'm really looking forward to is the triple threat matchup between Becky, Lava Valkyria, and Bailey. So I think that should be fun, man. Really think that should be fun. Okay, all right, we're gonna move along here. We got, of course, Saturday night's main event following AEW All in Texas, of course, following NXT Great American Bash, which we're gonna get into in just a bit. But yes, man, Saturday night's main event is back this Saturday, and it's headlined by the Hall of Famer, the one and only Bill Goldberg. You guys, yes, Bill Goldberg will return in Atlanta to have his matchup against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I'm not the biggest Goldberg fan. You know, when I was little and I was growing up, man, my cousins, man, I remember going over their house, and they had a PlayStation, and I remember one of my cousins had WCW. I don't remember what WCW game it was though, but I remember it was a WCW game, and guys like Goldberg, guys like Sting, guys like even the NWO. You knew of them. They was like the marquee guys of WCW. And then, of course, one of my favorite wrestling movies, man, especially as a kid, and I even love it to this day, is Ready to Rumble. So even if I wasn't that big WCW guy, I knew a lot of these WCW, wrestlers by the movie, and I was like, yo, this is real cool. So that was probably the most I ever watched, really, with WCW, though. But yeah, not the biggest Goldberg fan. I like Goldberg. It's all cool. I didn't like how he, beat The Rock when he first came in WWE, though, when The Rock was Hollywood Rock. Entertaining stuff. Okay, Gunther, man, of course, won the World Heavyweight Championship from Jey Uso, which was a crime in itself. How Jey Uso just held the title for the little amount of time that he did. Didn't even, perform at a premium live event with the daggone title defended. But okay, man, I got Gunther, man. I'm just gonna knock it out the park. I got Gunther beating the crap out of Goldberg. I don't see this match going on more than 5 minutes, more than 10 minutes. I mean, it is Saturday night's main event. It's on NBC, and we already know how the commercials been, going with Saturday night's main event. You start the damn match in 2 minutes, they taking a commercial break, and they come back, and the match is damn near over with. So it's like, it's give or take or whatever. So yeah, I got Gunther winning, man. It's no doubt about that. Okay, LA Knight taking on Seth Rollins, man. I think this should be cool, real cool. LA Knight got screwed out of the Money in the Bank 3 years in a row, man. Last year, Drew McIntyre won it. We thought LA Knight was going to win it. The year prior, it was definitely LA Knight's time to win it, but WWE was so high on Damian Priest, they gave it to Damian Priest. Now, this year, I didn't even think Seth was going to win. I assumed that Roman Reigns was going to come down and call Seth Rollins, who actually, won the matchup at WrestleMania, defeating Punk and Roman, but hey, Seth Rollins got the briefcase though. But LA Knight, the fans have spoken. We want LA Knight, give LA Knight a chance or whatever. And I think, man, this could be a really cool momentum to have LA Knight to actually go over on Seth Rollins. And I think which would be a great way to do it, actually, is to have CM Punk cause him the match. Seth Rollins flew halfway across the world in Saudi Arabia just so he could cause CM Punk the WWE Championship matchup. So I think it's rightfully fitting I mean, it's not all the way across the world, though. It's just in Atlanta. I think it's fitting for CM Punk to call Seth Rollins his matchup with LA Knight. So I'm going to go with LA Knight. Yeah. So, yeah, LA Knight over on Seth Rollins, man. Seth Rollins. We're going to see what they do with LA Knight in the future. He didn't get Money in the Bank, King of the Ring. That passed. So we're going to see whatever opportunities that are left for LA Knight, man. And is it, too late? I want you guys let me know in the comments, man. Drew McIntyre is back. I was pretty excited about that last Friday. Drew McIntyre is going to be taking on Randy Orton. Taking on Randy Orton at Saturday night's main event. I mean, we got a pissed off Randy Orton and sort of a pissed off Drew McIntyre. He's back. And he's bored at work, so he's looking to kick some ass. And then Randy Orton, he lost 2 years in a row at the King of the Ring finals. So if I was Randy, I'm trying to get to the title, but I got Drew McIntyre coming back and sticking his nose in the business where it don't belong. But hey, this should be a cool matchup. I know this is this is a rematch from, I believe 2020 when Drew McIntyre was the WWE champion taking on Randy Orton, them having their rivalry or whatever. But I think that's going to end in a disqualification. I don't know. I don't think Drew's going to lose, and I don't Randy is going to lose. But somebody got to lose, though. But I'm going to call disqualification on that one. I'm going to definitely cause a disqualification. Well, I'm going to call it, not cause it. We also have the Intercontinental Championship on the line, a matchup I believe is supposed to take place at Night of Champions, because how do you have a show that's called Night of Champions and you only have 2 championships on the line? That is less than that. What I always was that less than half of Night of Champions. That's exactly what that show was called, less than half. But Dominic Mysterio against AJ Styles. I like how AJ Styles been bringing his doctor's note every week to work. His doctor slip, telling AJ Styles, look here, my doctor signed it. I'm not clear yet, bro. But I think it should be a fun match between Dominic. I don't want Dominic to lose the title just yet. I don't even think Dominic really. He's another one with Io Sky. He haven't really defended the title all like that. Really haven't really had big matches and moments with the titles though. I think that's a little bit strange because everyone was losing their marbles at WrestleMania when Dominic Mysterio won the Intercontinental Championship. So no, you can't have Dom win just lose the title just yet. You gotta have the matchup with Finn Balor, which I feel like Finn Balor would be the one who will cause him that championship, when he does lose it. So, oh boy. Okay, yeah, we got that match. Saturday night's main event. I don't even think it's a women's match on the card. Of course, we got all the women matches at Evolution. Another matchup that has been announced too earlier today. Solo Sikoa will defend his United States Championship against Jimmy Uso. Yes, Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa winning. I mean, I see Jimmy just basically trying to stand up, and he's on Jacob's side at this point. So, I mean, looking at the whole card, it's really no matchup on Saturday night's main event that I'm really looking forward to the most. Actually, either. Like, man, it seemed like AEW got everybody beat, man. Got everybody beat on the card and everything. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Our last show that we reviewing, man. We got 5 matches that's on the NXT Great American Bash that's going to go head to head against AEW All in Texas, man. Trust and believe in once NXT's over with, AEW be still on. I think they're going to go off prior to Saturday night's main event, but we'll see. All right, we got Jasper Troy, man, the winner of season 1 of LFG. A really big fan of Jasper Troy. I think it's dope, man. Really like him. Yo, what's going on, my guy? What's going on? Yeah, I think Jasper Troy It's really dope. So I like the momentum he been coming in with, the chains and everything, man. Big dude, like, really got a beef with Oba. Like, I'm gonna get you next time. But yeah, Jasper Toy taking on Javon Evans, which I think it should be a fun match. But at the end of the day, I think Jasper Troy is going to eat Javon Evans. I mean, Javon Evans were like $125. I mean, like Jasper Troy big. So that should be a really fun matchup, though. I'm going to go with Jasper Troy. Who do you got winning? Yeah. I was reviewing. That was the first show I reviewed earlier. AEW All In. I got Hangman Adam Page winning, man. We haven't seen the AEW Championship since October. So it's time for someone to take the championship off of John Moxley. You thought it was going to be Swerve at the last pay-per-view. I thought it was the pay-per-view before last or whatever. It was just, no, because it wasn't the last one because they had the Anarchy, and I think that was Double or Nothing. So the pay-per-view before Double or Nothing, which I believe it was Wrestle Dream, whatever it was, though, yeah. And the Young Bucks came back and they screwed Swerve Strickland out the match. And I thought it was going to be Swerve, but he didn't win. So I'm going with Hangman Adam Page. I feel like Hangman Adam Page, I like where he's going. I've been loving his promos, his passion when he talk, everything, man. So definitely Hangman Adam Page. All right, man. Yeah. Chime away. I did the reviews and predictions for AEW All in Texas, Evolution, and Saturday night's main event. I think AEW All In, man, got him beat, bro. I'm going over the NXT Great American Bash card right now, and yeah, AEW All In, I think got him beat. All right, the next matchup on NXT Great American Bash, which I think it should be a fun match because the story that they've been telling over the last several weeks has been fun, and these two guys are former AEW superstars. I don't remember them having too much TV time together or matches in AEW, but Ethan Page taking on Ricky Saints for the NXT North American Championship, which I think that should be fun. It's a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. If you remember several weeks ago, Ethan Page did that twist of fate on the steel chair and sort of crushing Ricky Saints' throat. And I've been loving Ethan. Ethan Page is a superstar, bro. He's a superstar. I love the story. He even worked with Javon Evans, ruined his smile, took away his smile, kind of like, the Shawn Michaels thing, and, even his work right now with Ricky Saints. So, yeah. Ethan Page is one guy we all going to keep our eye on. Is definitely going to be, he's going to be like he's going to be like an asshole, but everybody's going to love him though. So yeah, I got Ethan Page obviously retaining his North American Championship at the Great American Bash. Okay, we got Sol Ruka defending her title, her NXT North American championship up against Izzy Dane. Well, Sol Ruka, I feel like she's the woman version of Randy Orton, kinda, just a little bit. That RKO be sick though, especially the one she did at it wasn't Money in the Bank, was it? No, it wasn't Money in the Bank. It was a ladder match. I think they did at it was a Stand and Deliver. Yeah, she killed that junk. All right, what else we have? We got Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe taking on Fatal Influence and JC Jane and Fallon Henry. So that should be a cool matchup. I'm going with Blake. Blake Monroe, also known as Mariah May. Now, she's in NXT, teaming up with Jordan Grace. I thought it was a really interesting segment, seeing Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, former TNA superstar, former AEW superstar, in the WWE television. I thought that was kind of interesting to see how that all play out, man. With them trying to team up together, seeing Blake Monroe take her to go get her nails done. No, I think it was a spa or whatever. And she was like, okay, this is not me at all, though, but okay. that was pretty interesting. All right, the NXT Championship is on the line. I'm not even going to try to pronounce my guy name, though, but I know he have a whole lot of support. Obafemi is going to be defending the title, and I got him retaining the championship. So Yeah, man. Like, no, I went over all these matches, man. None of these matches are living up to really AEW All In. Like, I'm looking forward to the Okada and Kenny Omega, the Tony Storm and Mercedes. Even though I feel like Mercedes is gonna win. Hangman Adam Page, Moxley, um, the casino matches. Everything about it, man, is seeming pretty cool. So I'm more invested into AEW All In. WWE Evolution. I don't know. I wouldn't even say Liv Morgan would have made it better because we already know Liv Morgan would have took on Nikki Bella. So they couldn't have they couldn't have Ronda Rousey, which was the reason why they had Evolution in the first place. So they had the other person who main evented with Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella to take on Liv Morgan, but Liv Morgan had got injured. So Nikki Bella, she possibly going to go on in that tournament. I mean, that battle royal. She may or may not win. So, and of course, like I said, Saturday night's main event in NXT Great American Bash. And of course, for everybody out there on the Ring of Honor side, if you love Ring of Honor Supercard as well is going down Friday night. So man, massive wrestling events that's going down. My guy said Gunther is winning against Goldberg. Also, Javon is probably going to lose. Yeah, Javon Evans is going to get 8. I'm sorry, like he's going up against my man Jasper Troy. I think it should be an entertaining matchup, though. I mean, my man bouncy though, but he gonna get bounced out the ring or bounced off the mat. That's how I see that one going though. But yeah, Gunther is gonna destroy Goldberg. I mean, all Goldberg got is coming in there and spearing somebody, hitting him with a jackhammer. That's if his ass don't hit his head and concuss himself off a locker before he come out, and just screw up the whole matchup or whatever like that though. But yeah, man, that is the big wrestling review, you guys, man. I appreciate everyone tuning in, man, here on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch, man. And of course, yeah, like I said, man, it's the big wrestling review episode. Got AEW All In and NXT Great American Bash going head to head. I'm gonna go ahead and chime in on AEW, where we'll be doing the watch along for AEW All In Texas. And that will probably be the only watch along on Saturday. And of course on Sunday, you got WWE Evolution. We're going to be definitely checking that out. So I hopefully Naomi cashes in after losing, against Jay Cargill in the No Holds Barred. And they go on to cash in against Tiffany Stratton. Well, yeah, cash in her Money in the Bank against Tiffany Stratton, and then have the matchup with Jay Cargill. They possibly could do a triple threat. Maybe Jay Cargill, Bianca, Naomi, for the women's championship at SummerSlam. I don't know. I'm just saying it. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Naomi's going to cash in and will be the champion. Yes, I predict that. That's one of my predictions for real, man. Yeah, what a day, man. It definitely been a long day. Man, as you guys could tell, my nose stuffy. I'm all under the weather. My little man is under the weather. Hope he get well soon too, so we could be burning it down together. But yeah, Naomi definitely. I got her cashing in and winning the championship. But you guys, man, this has been a fun episode, man. I ain't going to keep on rattling on long. We came here to do the big wrestling review. Yeah, man, if you guys want to say something in the chat before I wrap it up and head on out of here, do so. But also, you guys, we on the road to 2,000 subscribers, man. I appreciate everyone liking, sharing, supporting the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms, especially TikTok as well. You guys have definitely been coming through and supporting the channel, man. Tell a friend about the 1130 podcast, and the 1130 podcast show, man, is definitely coming back, man. It's cooking up. Got some great guests, and we got some great interviews that we're gonna get back to. So just want to let everybody know once again. But definitely been a fun time chatting wrestling as well. I'm gonna go just chill out, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. For real. Man, what's on with TNA? You got Collision on, so yeah, no sports on really in the summer unless you're a baseball fan. Not really a baseball guy. I think the most baseball I watch is when the Nationals went to the World Series a couple of years ago. I was like, I don't know nothing about this baseball, but I hope they win. I hope they win. I think they got a losing record this year. Yeah, I know I'm a little late though, but shout out to the DC Defenders, man. Like, look here, we got a championship here in DC somehow. It might win the Commanders, but ooh, hey, we got it though. All right. More of NFL football fan. Hey, yeah, all right. Look at, I'm an NFL football fan too. We got my Ravens, so we'll see what happens, man. We got football coming back. What in about 6 weeks, 8 weeks to come. So yeah, we getting all up, man. We getting ready. But yo, this has been a great show. I appreciate everyone definitely tuning in. Definitely like, share, follow, and subscribe to the 1130 podcast here on YouTube, man. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Until next time, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Stay safe, stay blessed. Give all the glory to God, man. Yo, don't catch a cold like I did, man. Be safe. Until next time. Peace out.